My guest today is Ambassador Deepak Vohra, and he needs no introduction for definitely for reasons that we all know now. Sir, we have seen a very, you can say, a tumultuous trip that Donald Trump made to Qatar. He met Saudi Arabia, yeah, and then he made a statement, a very strategic statement that, okay, let's talk to Iran, and he now wants to project himself as the big peacemaker in this world. How do you see that?
Well, thank you very much. Always a pleasure to be with you because you ask such pointed questions. It's not easy to answer them, but nevertheless, I'll make an effort. First thing is, I refer to him, and I believe there's truth in what I say. I call him McDonald Trump because he's a dandewala, he's a businessman. For everything, it's the deal. And he wrote a book in the 80s, I think 84, called The Art of the Deal. Now, there is nothing that you can trust in our world today as far as geopolitics is concerned. There are no certainties, there are no realities. These change from day to day. Iran used to be his enemy number one for some time. He talked about bombing Iran, getting together with Israel, doing this, that, and the other. Then after the visit to Qatar, and I believe a $400 million aircraft was gifted to him, suddenly he shifted his tune. Syria used to be a terrible place with those Atankis, Jolani or whatever that character's name was, leading the movement. Oh, I'll show him, I'll teach him a lesson. Now suddenly Jolani has become, oh, that handsome kid, my darling. Nothing matters to McDonald Trump more than a deal. So anyone who thinks that there is any consistency in America's policy or anybody's policies, you should think again. I'm not being critical of anybody, simply saying that changing realities demand innovative responses. In the Islamic world, sir, for example, in the Middle East, who is the leader? The Pakistanis used to say, we have the nuclear bomb, we are the leader. People said, you are beggars, get lost. Then along comes Iran and says, I'm a big country, powerful country, I'm the leader. Oh, shut up, you're a Shia, we're not interested in you. Then along comes Saudi Arabia. I'm the guardian of the two mosques, so I'm the leader. People said, get lost. And then comes that wannabe Sultan, that Ottoman fellow, whatever his name is, Darban. And he comes along and says, look, I'm the new Ottoman, so I'm the leader. Now, till they make up their mind who is the leader, we'll never find out. What Trump is doing is very, very smart. He is playing everybody. He's playing one against the other, but there is also danger in this because the Iranians don't trust him. The Saudis don't trust him. That is why they opened up to us and to Russia. The people, the Qataris he has visited, Qatar was at the receiving end of the attention of the Gulf Cooperation Council not so long ago. They don't trust him either. So I really don't know who trusts this man, but he is determined to carry on the way he's going. And ultimately, sir, we have to accept a reality, however uncomfortable it is. He may have a narcissistic personality, be very fond of himself and of nobody else. On the other hand, he is the president of the most powerful country in the world, the largest economy, a very powerful military, and it's also a knowledge superpower. And India understands that. So whenever he switches his tune about India, let me tell you, we don't react immediately. We react, all right, you invite me, for example, to dinner, and then you tweet later, oh, what a wonderful biryani. But I didn't have biryani. When I came to your house, all I got was chapatis. But I'm not going to say that you are telling the untruth. You're speaking something that is not correct. I'll simply say, you said the biryani was lovely. I'll simply say the chapatis were lovely. So without controverting the fellow, without abusing, criticizing him, we put across our point of view because, sir, we are the children of Chanakya. We understand diplomacy better than anybody else.
And to that question now, diplomacy. So it's like he's trading diplomacy.
Of course he is. He's trading diplomacy for trade. It's very simple. All he wants is trade, trade, trade. Even when he talked about India and Pakistan, they've been fighting for 1,000 years. I don't think anybody has taught him history or geography or whatever it is. There, what is he saying? That, I said, I'll trade more with you if you guys behave, otherwise I won't trade. Well, don't. You've already lost the European market, you lost the Chinese market, you've lost the Russian market, you're losing the Middle Eastern market, you're losing the Latin American market. 140 crore people, I'm the only fellow left. You jolly well fall in line. I'm not going to be browbeaten by all this stuff because he changes. He'll say something and 5 minutes later he'll say, oh, did I say that? I don't remember. One of the aspects of a narcissistic personality, person who has a bloated opinion about himself, is also the fragility of the memory. This is what psychiatrists tell us. So he tends to forget. Again, I'm not being critical. At times he absolutely says, Mr. Moody, he can't even say Moody, is my best friend, my buddy. But other times he says different things. So one has to accept what he says without being critical.
Yeah, and that was my next question. So you have already answered. Like there's an enigma, like perplexity
Absolutely. He is an enigma. He's an enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Yeah. So now, but how does that put the entire world now? The world's most powerful position, and there is no consistency.
It doesn't matter. Ultimately, the world will do what it wants to do. It will find its own way forward. I've seen this. The world is in churn. And when you're in churn, there's no one leader. People will emerge, others will go, somebody will come up. For example, the case of when the Soviet Union broke in 1991, I was there. And people said, now the Soviet Union is broken. The Americans said, this is the end of history. My own teacher, Francis Fukuyama, wrote that famous book, The End of History. And then I think there was an American senator who said that when the world dials an emergency number, it rings in Washington. That now we are the Mahagurus of the world. We are everything. But on the other hand, sir, in this world of change, they tried to hurt the Russians. The Russian economy is booming, doing better than it was earlier. So ultimately, everybody is playing his game, jostling for space. If there's one consistency, without respect, there can be no international relation. If there's one country everybody respects, that is Bharat, sir. And I say this with great pride.
Ambassador Vohra, thank you. Thanks for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. Always a pleasure. Do call me back again.
Sure, sir.